I'm here today to talk about the greatest Disney Renaissance film of all time. Is it The Lion King? No. Is it Beauty and the Beast? No. It's a Goofy movie. In this 3-hour YouTube video essay, I'll be discussing— no, I'm kidding. I'm gonna just talk about the Powerline inspired manicure I did. So come along while I show you how I painted this manicure. What I started with is one of the new Holo Taco thermals. Originally, I was thinking of just doing only purple, then using the lighter purple for the lightning bolts, but I thought it might be fun to have a little bit of color change in there as well. So I used Simply Chaotic as the base color. It took about 2 coats to reach opacity, and I used yellow because Powerline as a character has the yellow jumpsuit. So I used Banana Hacks as the yellow. So then for the lightning bolts, what I wanted to do is I used a technique where you take nail polish thinner to dilute the polish. And what that does is it makes it smoky and translucent and a little see-through. And then what I did is I brushed these very ghostly lightning bolt shapes onto the nail. And I did one main one down the center. So then I went through with white polish next. I wanted to make the lightning bolt part pop. And so by using the diluted purple first, it kind of creates this glow effect, which really shows when it's over the dark state, which is going to be the dark purple. Are you unhappy with me? Did you not want to be in this video? Okay, bye Bean. So what I did is I used the white on top of it, and it made it look like the glow of the lightning bolt. I did 1 down the middle, 2 down the sides, and then a little bit of extra white here and there just to kind of make it look like there's an explosion of the electricity, kind of like the scene of the movie. Speaking of the movie, we need to take a moment and go back to that because I know I said it at the beginning of the video and it was being a little silly, but I actually absolutely mean it. The idea that a Goofy movie is one of the best Disney Renaissance films ever is partially inspired by a YouTube video that I saw recently that I'll link in the description below that just talks about how this video is actually so much better than you remember it because it follows all the classics of the Disney story arcs. It uses such a great job at incorporating Max's I Want song into it, where he talks about how he wants to be seen and he wants to be popular, and then when he performs the next song, it's also his I Want song, and then Goofy is actually the antagonist of the film, where Goofy's I Want song is also the villain song, which is On the Open Road, and it's just... And then, if you keep going through the film, there's a huge major argument between Max and Goofy, and then that leads into all music stopping until their resolution song. It has this very clear musical element up until the moment where a huge clash between the 2 characters because neither of them are communicating their true desires to each other. When they do communicate, they sing for the first time since there's a large gap without any songs in it, which kind of makes it even more impactful of how important it is. And then it ends with such a great song, which you might not even realize the song Eye to Eye is about Max and Goofy seeing eye to eye after not communicating the whole movie. Like, this is a manicure video, sorry. So what I did to make Powerline's outfit is I tried to at first draw the atom symbol directly onto the nail, and the problem is from the angle that I was filming it at, it was kind of to the left and lower, and when I looked at it as a full hand, it was like very clearly off, and I was like, oh, terrible. So I asked Nail Husband to take off the single nail for me, I repainted it, and then I used the nail sticker technique. What you do is you first paint the design on a silicone mat, and then you cover it with top coat, and then that top coat will seal the whole design together and create one flexible sheet of nail polish that is able to be peeled off and placed on the nail. Now you have to go a little thin of the top coat and the design in order for it to dry pretty quickly. This time it took about 10 minutes to dry with my little fan pointing at it. And so I was able to peel it off pretty quickly, but in the past when I've done this, I've had to wait an hour because I used a lot more polish than I should have because I really was trying to get for full opacity and really bright colors. After you peel it off, you want to trim it into its shape. I did this really easily because it was just the clear coat that I was trimming around. In the past, when I did the Mean Girls manicure, I had to purposely cut it out into the correct shape, or when I did the Broken Heart manicure, I actually used an X-Acto knife to cut it into a heart. So this one was pretty easy. I just took some scissors and trimmed around it. And then to secure it onto the nail, what you do is you paint a little bit of top coat, and then you gently place it onto the nail. You want to use your finger to very gently press the sticker down onto the nail. You don't want to press too hard because it can leave little fingerprint marks, but what you're trying to do is take the flat sticker that you created and conform it to the nail. You can see in mine that there's a couple of ridges and lines that form, but once you add the top coat over it in order to secure it down, since the top coat is liquid still, it would liquefy the sticker a little bit and help it conform to the shape. That's why using a thin sticker works a lot better, because in the past when I've used a thick sticker, what happens is you can still very clearly see the ridges and bumps of the shape because it dried a little bit more flat and you have to really force it down to get it into the angle that it needs to be to conform to the nail. So this is how I did the manicure, and overall I'm really proud of how this looks. I think it's the coolest when the color changes because of the thermal. The purple of the background really makes the lightning pop even more when the fingers are cold. I really like this because this is really nostalgic, not only because the Goofy movie is my favorite movie, but pause back to that YouTube video that talked about how great the Goofy movie is. It talks about how it's such aggressive nostalgia bait that when you look at it, you just feel like a child again, and you feel happy again, and you just remember the times when crippling debt wasn't a problem. Anyways, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video, but I have been feeling like wanting to try to put a little bit more of my personality out there and how I do it and give it a little bit more in depth. I think that this is something that I would love to see other people make. If you make any manicures inspired by me, please tag me on whatever social you're on, and I love to see whatever you make because it really makes me happy to see that I've inspired art, because it's really important to me and I really appreciate seeing it. This was a little interesting for me to make. Let's hope you all like it. If you like it, please let me know. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know if you want more of these. If you hate it, then I'll stop and just make my little music videos again. But if you like it, then maybe I'll make more. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!